Sometimes we get into kind of our regular processes and it doesn't allow us to think outside of it. So when we're shook outside of our box and we really have to think about things differently, great things come from that.
The Murray City School District is situated in the heart of the Salt Lake Valley. Our whole reason for looking at LTE and embarking on this journey was to be able to find ways to help close the homework gap. We started looking at what we could do with it, to be able to take cameras and security devices and things like that and be able to put them on LTE and just turn them on full blast and not worry about overwhelming or data overages or what kind of cost would running terabytes through a mobile device like that look like for somebody on a monthly basis. Wow, the move to distance learning really changed things. Connection had a whole different meaning because the way we did connect was going to be digitally and was going to be through internet and network connections.
The day before the closure happened, we deployed 6,500 Chromebooks within 2 hours. What we weren't prepared for were slow internet speeds, multiple students trying to connect and having to use a whole lot of bandwidth at home.
Instantly, almost overnight, instead of having maybe 1 or 2 devices going at a time, a laptop or an iPad, something like that, the need became immediate to have 4 or 5 kids on a good working device with good connectivity instantly.
Now our thought was, oh, we'll just send Chromebooks home with every student, we'll be ready to go. There's a lot more to it than that. There's the whole access issue. So they had a Chromebook, but did they have good, reliable internet access, which should be something that every student has, just like utilities.
So we're using a newer technology that's been set aside called CBRS. But probably the most interesting feeling is taking a SIM that you know is your own. And in some devices, you may pop out an AT&T or Verizon or T-Mobile SIM and then put yours in there and watch the device come to life. Private LTE was the easiest and quickest, and I never thought I would say this, but it's actually become somewhat affordable as well, where for a few dollars a month per radio, we can actually use the frequencies and legitimately use them. The heart and soul of that, or the core, the EPC core is the actual name of it, is the technology that sits in the middle of the network and tells everything when to transmit and how. So the next step after the core, you would step down to the radios, or what the industry calls the CBSDs. And the CBSDs are the radio devices that actually sit up on the rooftop over the antennas and go out into the community. And then you've got the third piece to that, which in this case would be Cradlepoint devices, the routers that would connect to it and see it and then do the connecting. In our case, those routers can sit in students' homes. They'll sit in strategic places on our campuses to do security. What was great was we were able to take NetCloud and drive out into some of our communities so we could immediately start seeing where our areas of red and green and orange were. The Cradlepoint routers and the NetCloud solution actually have the diagnostics built into them. It's not just, is this device connected? We can look at the cellular health and we can see how that's maintained over time. And then we can make an adjustment to our tower. It helps us give our students, in this case, a better experience using our network. We are deploying devices out to students' houses, and we don't want to have to go bug them. We don't want to have to do a truck roll, to use the industry term. And it's amazing how NetCloud helps us, almost as if we're sitting on the other side of the device, experience things and look at things.
I think there are so many different avenues that we can start looking at to make education more personalized for our students. Our students get ill and they need to stay home for different reasons and for extended periods of time. This opens that up. We have students who maybe only want to access part of their day in school and part of their day online. I think that will help with this.
The amazing thing with doing private LTE is that we were able to take CARES money that some people spend on monthly services and use it in more of a capital format and build something that's going to be here for years to come.